Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers. It's happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract read time, timeless time. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons. Mal for short. They are my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 and a half years at the time of this timeless recording. Author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It's available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. You can preview it for free if you like. I am a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle. Best career move I've ever made as a creative type. I live stream there every morning with an unlisted YouTube live stream link with my patrons. All of them get it. All levels of my subscribers get it. Talk about the day's astrological weather. I mean, we talk about a lot of stuff. We do every morning. It's great. I love it. Talk about community building, 11th housers, my aquariums, my aqualungs. They get a lot of exclusive content. We're doing more and more recorded Zoom events there, classes, workshops, tarot parties, all of that. And there's always going to be another evolution with me on Patreon. So if you want a deeper experience, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, and maybe someday people will really understand what that means, including me. But for now, just call me Mal. Hey, my freaks of the zodiac. I do love Aquarians. I just do. I have a lot of lifelong friends that are Aqualungs, Aquariums, and glad to be in service. If you are new to the channel, this is a soulmate contract read. The foundation of a contract is important to know. You have all sorts of different types of soul contracts, twin flame, soulmates, blah, 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 and there's lots of links in the description box going into that a bit deeper, including a preface that I made for these specific readings a few years ago. We'll explain, fill in some blanks along the way if you want to go there. But the definition that I am working with in terms of a soulmate contract, in this case the romantic ones, because you have more than romantic soulmate contracts, you help each other heal through the quantum entanglement of a soul contract. You don't even have to know each other to be helping each other, but sooner or later one would think your paths will cross in a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate way. There may be some mirroring, and that's why we're looking at this as a contract. Party number one, party number two, state of the contract in the center lane. By the way, there is an extended reading for this one. Obviously, I haven't done it yet, but I will, right? All of my patrons, doesn't matter their level of subscription, have access to the extended readings, past, present, future, or you could pay-per-view on Vimeo. Link in the description box. So yeah, we're going to get part one here done. We're going to look at the foundations of it, and then part two, we're going to go deep. So you may find there's a lot of mirroring that goes on. You could totally see this. Sometimes it's just as obvious. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Those can be your own yin and yang dynamics. There are chakras involved. We'll see what hits the table. Other than that, really important, whether you are the Aquarian or the cross watcher, just apply what's in here to yourself. You're helping each other heal holographically. It's a long story. As well as you're helping the entire Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs have happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contracts, which you have to admit would be better for planet Earth in general. Anchoring that into the electromagnetic field of planet Earth, this is going to be better. As well as we've never really been able to nail that one. You know, family is different, right? Co-workers are different. But certainly the intimate ones. And you go through an awful lot of burning of twin flames before you get to those true love soulmates, blah, blah, blah. So let's see what hits the table. I'll do the best I can. Why? I frickin' love you freaks of the zodiac, you 11th housers. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, Lord Fendadenda, how dare you? Wrap you with the fan. Let's have fun with this. These are fun reads, usually. Still point. Yeah, I just did a half-hour of breath work before this. So here we go. Particularly if you're new to the channel, we are going to get count them three, Caroline Myss archetype cards as I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video receiving this reading. Party number 1, party number 2, party number 3, the dominant 8th chakras hovering above their heads. Now, particularly the state of the contract, which I will not look at until part 2, the extended reading, please. So party number 1, what's the chakra hovering over their head, determining the soul power they're alchemizing? Femme, shadow to light. I saw what it was, but I had the deck upside down because I don't look when I shuffle. Pain to peace, shadow to light, lead to gold, toxic to healthy in this soulmate contract. And party number 2, what's going on? It was 2. Just 1, please. The 8th chakra dynamic hovering over their head, shifting the electromagnetics of all the other chakras, what they attract and what they repel. And of course, the relationship itself, the state of the contract, the chapter in the story, the scene in the movie, the track on the album, where they are, the relationship, the contract itself, in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract for the Aquariums and the cross watchers in this timeless soulmate read. You try saying that over and over and over again. I do try and be consistent. These are in the title. Let's see how brave you are. Yeah, whoa, okay, the companion archetype and the femme fatale. Oh, this is going to be fun. Good. There are 9 different families, groups of archetypes. The companion is the healing family of archetypes, and obviously in a one-on-one relationship, which is what this is. You can have many. That's why check your other signs. You may have many irons in the fire, as it were. But a very, very powerful and one that I have very intimately. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This one comes and goes in seasons. For me, the femme fatale, however, you would say, oh, feminine family archetype. No, wild card. This can show up in any way, shape, or form. And just because it says femme fatale, the fatal female, oh, the fatal lady, all sorts of ways you can read that, I guess. It's really not about biological gender. And as we read these, you will see why. Now, there is shadow, and shadow attribute on the bottom, light attribute on the top. That's the lead, the gold. The lead is an insulator. It's toxic, right? But 3 atoms away from being gold, a conductor, and something that's very, very healing. So the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, you got to shift the percentage little by little, the alchemical balance, and that's what these readings are for. Bam. So even if you can relate to both of these, that would make sense. There would be mirroring, and there's a video in the description box. Greg Braden, the 7 Essene mirrors, ESSENE mirrors. It's about 2 hours, I think, but it's really good, and it takes that you spot it, you got it thing to a whole other ancient and very, very holographic level. Let's move on. Let me read you what's written on the card, just to get the lighting right. I did the camera more intimately this time, but that means the lighting's not quite right yet. Particularly beige print on a beige card. The shadow attribute of the companion, betrayal by misusing confidences. Confidence is really key in a relationship. Loss of personal identity, which is usually more the case. Well, the magnifying glass is like, yeah. So I would say maybe highlight that one. We've all been in relationships where one or both people so identify with the relationship itself that they kind of forget who they are. And we all do that. It's part of it. The companion, right? Like when Robin disappears into the shadow of Batman. Just one example. That's probably not the best example. The light attribute, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, which is, you know, very Nightwing of him. Oh, dick. Oh, there have been so many Graysons along the way. So, you know, this is a powerful thing in terms of a healing archetype, to bring healing to something, to come from that place of just selflessness, but not at the risk, right? Unselfishness, but that tenacity and that loyalty of the heart. Because here, the femme fatale, I mean, look, we're talking Morticia Addams and friend and companion. Now, that's not the best way to say it, but like, who's her companion? It's Gomez. But, you know, we didn't really see her going to Girl Scout meetings, did we? PTA. PTSD. The shadow attribute of the femme fatale, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And sorry, how many lifetimes have we had negative, let's just say toxic attachments to money, sex, and power, right? The femme fatale, Mata Hari, in actual history, right? There was a Mata Hari, right? But Elvira, right? The femme fatale archetype, we love her. We love her. We love her. We love her. We do. Particularly witches, I would think. The light attribute highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected, which is more magnetic than electric, right? It's welcome to my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Ooh, flies! This is really, really, really powerful, particularly if dependency, if there have been codependent patterns involved in previous relationships for either side of this, and come on, who gets away without that? You were raised in the past, I don't know, 1,000+ years from your ancestors. There's probably some, they didn't call it codependence back then. They said, screw your dreams, we got to bring in the harvest. You know what I'm saying? You have to marry that person to save the family. I don't care about your heart. Pass that shit down. Bridgerton. Regency era, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we know who we're looking at here. We got the vibe. That's the 8th chakra. Now it's tarot time. Let's go to Tarotville, shall we? We're going to take 5. Count them 5. Daughters of the Moon Tarot to get the next 4 chakras down for the companion. Spiritual power, mental power, willpower, which is choices and decisions, spit, swallow, or chew, and emotional power. For the femme fatale, we are going to get the lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, solar plexus, relationships in the physical world. Obviously more yin on this side, more yang on this side. But in the extended, we flip it. So you'll get all 8 chakras in the extended for both party number 1 and party number 2. This is a lot of fun. Oh, so we lay out all 10 cards. It's 5 each. We get them all face down, and then we'll flip them over element by element. You'll see. It's faster that way. Please take a nice deep breath. And you only have to say the prayer twice. Oh, boy. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the east, please, beloved ones of fixed air. 1 card each, fire, earth, air, water, and spirit, the elements spread for the companion in this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. And cross-watcher, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate, contract, their power of air, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire, their element of earth, the fuel to feed the fire and manifest their heart's desire, their element of air, what they're predominantly thinking about it, for their element of water, what they're predominantly feeling about it. These are flying out of my hands, man. And most importantly, the card of spirit, the point of view, the voice of the soul who was chosen and incarnate, cast to play the role of the companion in this be healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. Let's do the same with the femme fatale, the lower 3 chakras. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Feel that. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the east, please, beloved gods, masculine force, divine masculine force, one would think of for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, crosswatcher, lower 3 chakras, femme fatale, in relationship to this companion, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate, contract, read, element of fire, lower 3 chakras, outside looking in, inside looking out, relationships in the world, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire, their element of earth to fuel and ground and manifest their fire, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire in this contract, their element of air. Oh, a head bonk on the ankle from a kitty cat. Hi, baby. Hey, baby, come on up. Come on. Motherhood. What are you going to do? Please, their element of water for the femme fatale. What are they predominantly feeling in this soul contract with the companion? And, again, this card of spirit, the voice of the soul, the point of view of the soul that incarnated to play the role of the femme fatale in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract with this companion in this timeless contract Read, element of fire, what you want. Well, major arcana right out the gate, what you both want. When it, good, let's get this out of the way. When it's a major arcana card, it is all the chakras combined for that level of power, right? So in inner level of power, personal level of power, heart, third eye crown, you got the Hanged Man, which is a really good card to have in a situation like this. We'll get there, but that's heart, third eye crown, spirit, all of them lined up. Here we got the High Priestess, Persephone, and if you look at the pillars, the dark and the light, Persephone, I'm one of hers, she's one of mine, what do you want? She's like, do it! I'm like, okay. And the cats can be seen better on that side than that side, right? So we're looking at what you guys want is very, very powerful, and I'm also going to say, kind of on the spiritual side, the companion, heart, third eye crown, reversal, the Hanged Man, there is a surrender here. Now that can be a surrender too. A new way of not just looking at this, feeling it, experiencing it, being a companion in something that's healthy and willing to sacrifice what is necessary. Now, within honor, one would think, in other words, that's what they want. We'll see what they do. Because over here, this one wants to go in. This one wants to be silent. This one wants to be quiet. This one wants to tune in, be the middle pillar, so to speak. If you want to Kabbalize it, I don't think that's the right word, please forgive me. If you want to go the Kabbalah on that, right, to be the balance of mercy and severity. And to tune in. I mean, from lower three chakras, they want to be wicked mysterious about this, but come on, it's Persephone. As queen of the underworld, wife of death, right? Wife of Hades, Femme Fatale. I think we see her. I think we see it. I think we see it. Dressed in white, dead lilies and a pomegranate. At least she didn't come empty-handed. But, honey, I'm home. Where this is definitely like a surrender. Surrender, Dorothy. Help me see this differently. Or at least that's what they want. Boom. Element of earth. What they have, and we continue with, interestingly enough, our first double whammy, the High Priestess, heart, third eye crown. This one is this. This companion is this heart, third eye crown, a vessel through which the divine works. The High Priestess, Isis in this case, the Virgin, the maiden of the Maiden Mother Crone for a feminist deck. To be that clear vessel for it to come through. So there is also that Persephone, the Kore, the spring maiden, and she's the summer lady, and then she's queen of the underworld, wife of the underworld, if you want to go there, holding the torch. But, there is something very, very... When you get a double whammy like that, so early on in a read, this one has what this one wants to be, or at least experience. This could be, I want the High Priestess, and this one's like, hi, here I am over here, right? Inside. On the inside. Let's keep going. I like this. Oh, so what did they get? What do they have? 3 of Wands. They're loyal as fuck. 3 of Wands. Or at least they are considering, this is at a good place. This is a 3, right? What am I willing to wait for? Looking at their loyalty structure, probably I would think 3 of Wands, real solar plexus, like real personal, like wow, how does this feel? What am I willing to wait for? What are my boundaries to then move forward? So I like this. This is interesting. Element of air. Okay. Well, we follow with 3 on this side, with a 3 on this side. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck. 3 of Pentacles, the clay woman, Ururu. She takes the dirt and clay and sorts it out and molds it and mixes it. And this is the stage right before the clay sculpted goes into the fire, right? It's still malleable. Great word. It's fun to say. Watch my lips. Malleable. It's a good word. Right, a nice solid foundation, a medium to which build upon, right? It's not done, but she's got all of her ingredients together. All she got to do is put it in the oven, the kiln. And on this side, we got the Chariot. I don't know. I feel like we've got a very strong emotional take charge when it's time to take charge, or at least they're thinking about it. Taking the reins of motivation and inspiration and channeling them forward. That's an emotional card. And the Femme Fatale, it's not a feminine family archetype. But there is that magnetic thing that once put into action, bring those 2 forces, those 2 horses together to gallop forward. They're at least thinking about it, or they're thinking about it quickly. All 3 chakras. Probably not. They don't want to talk about it. They want to keep it secret. But why wouldn't a Femme Fatale do exactly that? So, solid foundation. They're thinking about it. This feels good. This is creative. I'm in a good place with it. This one, let's go. So let's go. Element of water. Quite a bit of major arcana on the table here, both sides. We got the star. There is alignment here. So on the inner world, the emotional world, it's all in alignment. And what they have going for them on the inside, it's all in alignment. And what they want to do is surrender to the divine will, surrender to any illusions that need to go, because that would certainly, I would say, there's some mental work to be done. But an earth card on the inside is about the wisdom you already have, right? A 3. It's like you're working at. Good. This is a healing family archetype. This does make sense, because over here is, I think, Houston, I think we might have a problem. The 5 of Swords. They might be a little argumentative in terms of their emotions. They might be a little conflicted or going through a little bit of a mental challenge on this side, hence not wanting to talk about it, but feeling it very deeply, or at least they want to, while they consider their options, what they're willing to wait for, what their boundaries are, what they will, what they want, what they do, what they don't. But they are really, really thinking. There is passion here. There's no question. But there's some kind of conflict. And because it's outside looking in, this could be gossip. This could be arguments. This could be all sorts of misunderstandings as well that will change and lead to what? The 6 of Swords. A journey from choppy to smooth water. A mental journey, though. Harmonies of 6. Let's see what's going on in the spirit. Well, you both got Pentacles, and I like that a whole lot. For the companion, the soul is saying, hey, look, a huge potential here, but it's just a seed. Has to be tended. Has to be tended. And why wouldn't, right? Oh, look, it's a star seed. Oh, Lyons unite. Meow. do. Right? So this potential coming down through the heart, third eye crown, right? Coming down through the heart, third eye crown, right? The priestess anchoring in. It's what they've got, just being like, all right, whatever you want me to do, I'll take the contract. Do I have a choice? Probably not. But let me not lose my identity this time, and I do not feel like that will happen. Like, not so far what's on the table. Because here, I love this. The soul is saying, just put your head down and keep working, babe. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. Just be solid. Keep moving forward. Bit by bit. Keep chipping away at that pentacle, Daedalus. Just keep going. Watch out for the bulls. They have horns. Long story. Europa. There is a very, very powerful dynamic here between these two. I can only imagine that the sexual power between these two might be something else, because they got the Virgin on both sides, the Maiden, the High Priestess, and that doesn't mean that they don't get their stuff touched. It just means they belong to themselves, right? In that way, in some way, shape, or form. On the inner, and wants to be very much on the outer, and that's very magnetic. It just is. They're the most the High Priestess in the original tarot, as I learned, it was the most beautiful woman on planet Earth that no man can have, because she's married to the gods. That's cachet. Just saying. Okay. We've got this on the table. Let's get 3 more cards down, and then we'll jump over to the extended. Oh, right. We're bouncing back and forth. You're getting 2 Whispers of Love. Oracle by Angelo Hartfield. Will be using her Whispers of Lord Ganesha, just one, that oracle in the extended. This is the voices of the higher selves. Now, this one has a higher self, this one has a higher self. But it is the higher selves of all involved, so cross-watchers, keep that in mind. This might help you if you... Because, you know, the companion archetype and the Femme Fatale are not exactly similar. It's an awful lot of major arcana, though. And there's that double High Priestess there. Please take a nice deep breath. I can interpret this shit all day long. I love it. Breathe. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, in particular the companion and the Femme Fatale in this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate, contract read. Timeless, whenever they come across it, obviously. For the companion archetype, what's the whisper of love, piece of information, inspiration, insight they need to complete this contract, or at least their end of it? And for this Femme Fatale, same thing. This happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate contracts, monsters, such interesting people. Well, it fucking hit the table. The true love card. Why wait? The true love card. This is a once in a lifetime love. Yet it keeps happening over and over and over, lifetime to lifetime. I think this one kind of knows it, honestly. I mean, it's how you surrender. Fine. At a certain point, if it really... True love, that's why I do the Path of True Love reads. Those are singular. They're not... They are contract-based, but it's like you do you on those. The hero's journey of it. All right, surrender Dorothy. I want to do that. I want to... It's not jumping off the cliff. It's not the dreamer in this deck, which would be the fool. But true love conquers all. It heals all wounds. It does all that because it's the unity of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Truth and love. True love. Boom. But you got to choose to bring that together in yourself bit by bit by bit. And every time one of you does it, the other one heals as a result too. Completely unaware of it. This one, the Femme Fatale, express love through gifts. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. And that might really help with that Five of Swords, how to express, you know, the mental part of that. Certainly we're dealing with Aquarians here, so, you know, there could be all sorts of stuff going on there. Rumor, gossip, chit-chat. Teasing doesn't feel like Five of Swords to me ever, but Lord knows I do tease my Aquarians, and they tease right back. Because we all know it's in good humor. Because we're all freaks down here. So there is something beautiful, very, very powerful, but I have to say, maybe it's more second chakra, what I'm feeling here, very, very passionate. I mean, a companion of Femme Fatale. You do amazing things, I would think. Just one more. Please, stay for the dessert. The Matt Kahn healing mantra. Doesn't matter which side of you are on this, particularly if you resonate to both sides of it. Do the mantra a little bit every day, or a lot of it. You know, I've always said air signs in general, but Aquarians in particular do very, very well, I would think, fixed air, to fix the mind on a mantra. You know, maybe not obsessively to the detriment of other things like brushing your teeth, but you know what I'm saying, to implement it as the mind tool, because that's one interpretation of the word mantra. From Sanskrit to English, mind tool, among others. Please take a nice deep breath. You'll love this one. You want tinfoil hat woo land? This is like as close as I get. I'm tinfoil hat woo land adjacent as a witch. Still point. Yeah, there's something starseedy about this. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of Romantic Soulmate contract law, please, the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract law is part of the larger contract, the plan for permanent paradise, peaceful planet Earth, anchoring happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contracts into the Earth's electromagnetic grid, so that we're too busy making love to make war. Just as a simplification, yes, that is a simplification, because nobody's going to want to be abusing animals or nature or each other if we're all kind of like swimming in this. So please, one card in clarity, just one, for this companion archetype. For party number 1 with the companion archetype, and party number 2 with the Femme Fatale archetype, and this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract read. Timeless romantic soulmate contract read. Healing heartbreak. Well, there we go. My heart will love again. That's the mantra. My heart will love again. Now look, who hasn't experienced heartbreak? Whether this heartbreak was between the two of you in a past life, who knows, right? Good luck. I have my Akashic Records library card reactivated. It's not that hard, but they do make you take a test. And I apparently aced it. Why wouldn't I? I was always a good student. Well, whatever. No, whether you two have never met before, there just feels like whatever brought the two of you together, it's time to help each other heal your hearts. Even if you've just met or are about to, I am going to read this from the Bookie Book, because Matt Kahn says it a hell of a lot better than I can. And healing heartbreak, you know, and I always hear in the back of my head somewhere the words of Ascended Master Carly Simon, there's more room in a broken heart, and I know nothing stays the same, but if you're willing to play the game, it's coming around again. Healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. Your heart will love again. It's the essence of what it is love. When heartbreak is healed, you are able to learn and grow from each relationship, no matter who you believe is to blame. As heartbreak is seen as life's way of breaking your heart open to expand the love you are able to give and receive, it becomes easier to pick up the pieces of your innocence and invite greater intimacy into your life. And that is true. Now look, I've done this mantra, rocking back and forth, dark moon and who knows what, right? My heart will love again. And you know what? Those tears eventually become holy water, right? It is purificatory. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Boop. This card is ideal for healing, dealing with resentment, releasing the past, which is the alchemy from shadow to light. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold. That's kind of the gig here. And healing grief. And grief is the normal response to the ego wound of loss. We all experience loss. Abuse, codependence. What is it? Abuse, neglect, codependence, loss of the 4 ego wounds, according to Matt Kahn. Maybe somehow magically managed to avoid the first 3, but no one escapes the wounds of loss. So grief, when not dealt with, when repressed, becomes anxiety. I saw it in a TED Talk. Makes no fucking sense, right? So that walking on eggs is really the hidden fear of loss. And grief, unprocessed grief. So healing heartbreak. My heart will love again, because it will. And you know what? This is a true love thing. That once this or one of the other cards I call my true love cards as a reader hits the table, it's like nothing's impossible. Now we've all went Disney. Right? Fuck, the kiss of true love, right? But who initiates it? I don't know. I just don't know this one's ready yet. I think this one's willing. Ready and able are 2 different things. Yeah. Okay, so let's put this together. It's called a blessimation. It's a word we came up with over on Patreon. It's a blessing and a summation. And then at the end, I release the collective, go upload it, download it, come back and do part 2. So if you want to hang around for that, please do. And usually it comes out goofy. Let us pray. Please take a nice deep breath. Because don't you want to know what that state of the contract archetype is? Yeah, I feel that. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising Venus, signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading in this companion, Femme, Fatale, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate, contract, and process, may the companion be given all that they need so they can embrace their inherent loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness when they surrender their will to the divine, where they do the voluntary inversion of seeing this differently, allowing the divine to move through them, which as the high priestess in the inner, they certainly have the infrastructure for, to do that, to be a vessel through which the divine does its work, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and certainly in their mind they're being creative, thinking about it. Well, I can do this, I can do this, you know, little drop of jazz, man, a little bit of hemlock, you never know what's going on inside of a companion, but it feels really good, really healthy. It feels like the wisdom is sound and stable to be built upon, because there is guidance and there is grace, the highest vibrational card in the tarot. As far as I am concerned, alignment, not just hope and wishing on a star, but alignment of the higher self coming all the way down through heart, throat, third eye, crown, which of course would take an act of surrender for that to happen, because there is great potential here. A great physical seed can be born, but right now it's not quite ready to come into physical form, although this is a once-in-a-lifetime love. So whether for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, may they be blessed with all that they need, so that this femme fatale can highlight their erotic energy of the feminine regardless of their bodily gender, opening their heart when their dependency has been rejected, because this isn't about dependency. It's about healthy interdependency, unity, not spider with flies. I've dated some spiders with flies, so that they can really get what they want here, to go go deep, to go within inside, to bring themselves into alignment, being the perfect unity and balance of severity and mercy with themselves, with others, feeling this out, lower 3 chakras, taking the time, the space, the rest, and the breath to bring that into to being, because it is about their solar plexus. This is about their honor code. This is about their personal power, what they're willing to wait for, their boundaries, what they will, what they won't, what they do, what they don't, because they are certainly thinking about charging in on this one. You know, kind of femme fatale, go! Femme fatales, attack, right? But with balancing the inspiration of the light horse and the motivation of the dark horse, love and fear, bringing it together, moving this forward, maybe to just say hi, although the communication feels a little choppy on the emotional side of things. But that can be overcome because it's only a 5. While the soul itself is saying, put your head down, do your work, keep going. Keep going. You're not quite there yet, but you're learning a lot, and you can apply a lot of what you are learning, expressing your love through gifts. A small token, a tiny thing, a tiny little thing to say, hey, hi. Express your love in that simple little way in order for both of them to heal their heartbreak. And as one heals their heartbreak within themselves, it feels like could be going on over here, and this one wanting to, not quite sure what they're going to do, then certainly their hearts will love again, because that is the truth of who we are. We are love at our core. Strip it away, take off the costume, the makeup, the green room, all of it. We are one. We are love. It is the truth of who we are. So may they be blessed with all that they need to anchor that into their own personal energy fields. One with the companion archetype, one with the femme fatale. That they can manifest this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract for their well-being, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So let it be. So it is. Do you like the intimacy of this? I'm a little bit closer. But then I gotta go like this when it's joiningthecircle.com. What is it? Patreon.com/joining the circle. Just let's get it up there and get it over with, right? You can get this once a month, one payment once a month. The lowest tier, all of my tiers get the extended readings, or go pay-per-view on Vimeo. Either way, I get paid, and I'm loving both platforms. And certainly, if you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's one of the timeless reads. I go back and forth in it because I got them solar and lunar reads to do too. So hit the notification bell, subscribe, comment. Who are you in this deal if you feel like it? And certainly if you want to go deeper on a personal level, there is a video in the description box. Booking a reading with Mel. Explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mel, but might have been afraid to ask. Yeah, it's a New York Minute, whatever that is. So I love you. Good luck with this. I want the Aquariums to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise, and in sexual, satisfying soulmate contracts, because just overall, you're wonderful. Hang in there. Now, farewell, and blessed be.